Hello everybody, welcome back to Earthbound Super Series Boogey Percent 2022. We are here with Malladroid and Czikubi in the 1-0 bracket, I believe. I actually never check before these things, I'm so good at what I do. I believe they're both 1-0. But welcome everybody in, last minute restream. Malladroid's mouse is on his timer. Let's see if he keeps it there, I guess. I'll drop a comment in the Mal, move your mouse. Alright, he got the message. Ooh, we got a prediction, huh? Fancy. We fancy living today. Let me see if I can do that. Got Malladroid grabbing cracked bat on the first pass. Boogey gonna grab it later. I think I got everything set up. Tried to get him going as close as I could to 1, so I'm kind of like still changing stuff as we go. Czikubi and Malladroid both talked to port and on their way back to talk to mom. The ye old classic up and down the hill that everybody knows and loves of Earthbound first 10 minutes. Gotta work those calves, get up that hill. Both of our runners very strong opponents here, for sure. Malladroid being a very regular opponent in the Boogey tournaments year after year, as a sub 5 in the vanilla Earthbound speedrun altogether. Czikubi, of course, is a formidable opponent as well, the current, actually no longer the current Boogey world record holder, but has held the Boogey world record for a decent amount of time, and is certainly nothing, certainly put out some good times. Has the best time in the tournament so far, I believe. Only one with a 104 in the tournament so far, which is obviously insane for racing Boogey. So we'll see if he decides to duplicate here. Behind the couch strats for both runners. Alright, nice clean opening for Czikubi, nothing really having to despawn. Looks like Mal's gonna get a similar dog stuck situation, so we like that. Czikubi getting a snake, so gonna set it up for a stutter likely. Malladroid instead gets a dog, which kind of ran off screen in a good way, so we got them kind of high-fiving on screen right now. That's kind of like the ideal despawn for that section, other than malladroid. Baiting out that crow, that guy went fast, and he ducked it just quick enough. So they're holding hands up the hill here, pretty much neck and neck. Literally talk to Picky in the same frame almost. Haven't seen a hill climb quite that synchronized in a minute, that's for sure. We'll just see if Starman Jr. is quite as synchronized. We got the malladroid believers in here. That's what I like to see. Doesn't matter how many records Czikubi has. Nobody's perfect. Anyone can get rolled by any of the bosses in Boogey%. And it's true. Boogey% is I mean, there is a decent amount of skill expression in the run, but there's also, at the same time, a decent amount of RNG expression that will just kind of ruin you. It's one of those things, if you're really good at handling good RNG, if you can make good RNG work for you really well, you're gonna go fast, but the game can still choose to, you know, ant crit you or something like that. Is generally very unavoidable. Well, I mean, not that it's unavoidable, but it's like hard to work around and survive. Seen it happen, but you know, you have to be at the correct health pool and all that nonsense, yada yada. Classic strats of auto fight. Oh, the Czikubi believers are coming in now. It's a little evened out now. Have not been watching Buzz damages. I think he's got another. Czikubi's been getting a lot of fires, that's for sure. Which is never what you want to see. Ooh, nice 100 for. Ooh, a 27? Oh, 27. Yikes. That is a certified Buzz number right there. Oh man, neither of our runner, but it seems to have neutralized just enough that they, again, are synchronized in killing Buzz, hilariously enough. In killing Buzz, sorry. We wish we could kill Buzz after hitting a 26. But we'll just leave that one up to Lardna. He has 999 psychic points, huh? He's nuts. He could keep casting forever. Him and Buzz could just go off infinitely if it really came down to it. Also 999, jeez. They really could just go off forever. Although technically wouldn't Buzz run out of psychic points first? Since I'm sure the shield is way more psychic points than fire and a mix of fire and freeze. But 2000 HP then you have to work through afterwards, so I don't know. Although we were I guess not considering HP in that whole thing. Although I don't know which of these are actually real and which of these are the ones error formatted, to be fair. Because I totally would have guessed the Maxwell ones are real until he told me they weren't. Alright, even synchronization Onet walks. Let's go. Well, kind of. Czikubi's pulled a little bit ahead. for some movement, but has to despawn a dog, so again, they're high-fiving. Just little baby time losses Czikubi has to suffer and falls back because of it. But hey, these are the races we like to see. Oh, Pigpen for Malladroid. Hamburger required. Trash hamburger required, specifically. Oh, I see that now the Czikubi believers are out in full force, now that they've trickled in. It's alright, believe what you want. Bet on what you want, that's the beauty of gambling, but... I know Earthbound. I know what can happen. Anything. Little cop despawn for Czikubi and Mal here. Pretty standard stuff you're gonna see from both runners, not gonna really deviate from, ooh, charge forward, turn 1 for Czikubi. Don't want to see that, goes for the life up instead. I don't think Czikubi grabbed the bread roll, would be my guess, or... I wasn't watching. So, but gets two dead turns right after that, so gets out of there with a decent amount of HP. Malladroid in a bad spot. Oh, okay, really needed a dead turn there because there's no way you're mashing out 9 HP, so... Got very extremely lucky with the dead turn. Both runners make it past Pogo 1. Both grabbing the fruit juice. Okay, nice. 2 dead turns for Czikubi, but then Ness also deals it back with his own dead turn, but all in all, no damage taken from that Pogo guy. We'll see if Mal gets as lucky. Dead turns or the low damage turns are always good. So, gets just as lucky. His health pool is just a little lower than Czikubi's, but that's still a healthy amount going into the Yes Man Jr. Enough that you probably won't have to life up. Yes Man Jr. can hula hoop you twice and probably kill you at 25, but very rare. Yep, already got 1 dead turn, so there it is. Alright, Frankie misses turn 1, and Czikubi's hitting for 20s, which is huge. Frankie, 2 20s already hit for Frankie, so definitely just gonna need 1 more hit. Hopefully Ness doesn't miss here. Nice. That was a very quick Frankie for Czikubi. Malladroid coming in right behind. A dead turn for Malladroid, turn 1, 22s, very nice. Ooh, Frank dodges. Frankenstein for Czikubi. Of course, Frankenstein being the easier of these 2 fights due to the scripted nature of always throwing out the regular punch on turn 1, or I'm sorry, turn 2, and then doing steam every other turn. Malladroid having to dip into the burgers. He's not having a good time after Ness missed. That should be the turn that goes, though. So, Malladroid had to dip into 2 burgers. Czikubi had a way nicer cycle. Didn't have to use very much any healing on Frankie due to the dead turns he experienced in the beginning. So, blasting ahead with a 13-25 Frankenstein. Really good time there. Malladroid not too far behind, so Giant Step will really still kind of be able to split up these runners here. Ness is just missing all over the place. But Malladroid was only 1 turn away, so managed to get through after using good majority of his burgers, so we'll see. He'll probably go for burger buying. I know Czikubi... I'm assuming Czikubi is a burgerless gamer due to the 104 he put out. And he seems to have been going pretty hard, just judging by the no bread roll grab either. Actually, I'm still not sure if he actually did or did not grab the bread roll. I wasn't even watching if he healed with it or not. I just assume anyone who lifes up on the first pogo guy is probably no bread rolling. Because I do that. And I know it. Why else would you life up there? You have the bread roll otherwise. Czikubi is buying burgers, so. Also, just a generally safe strat if you're ahead. No reason if you're watching the other racer and you know that you're ahead, no reason not to, unless you just want that good time. No reason not to just throw it to the wind. Very impressive if he's getting 104 with burgers too. Some good combination of luck and skill right there in a race for sure. Full burgers out for Czikubi. Malladroid right behind, also getting his burgers. He desperately needed them over Czikubi, since he had to use 2 on Frankie. Nice early 4-pack for Czikubi. Of course, for those who are new to the Boogey scene, we need, in here is like the only place we really do any level grinding in the entirety of, Earthbound, glitchless speedrunning. Glitchless non-manip speedrunning, specifically. So, Boogey and glitchless non-manip concluded, we do a little bit of slug grinding here in Giant Step in order to get rockin' for your Titanic Ant. That way we can ensure that those Antoids die on turn 1. So the simplest way to do that is simply kill 22 slugs. That'll be enough experience to get Ness exactly over the threshold for level 8, which will get you rocking. So a couple of nice spots you can do to kind of ensure you can farm those out. Czikubi is there right now, whereas Malladroid is now walking over there. Both of our runners got kind of a lucky early 4-pack, so that'll be nice for both of them. But Czikubi's on 8 out of 22, and Malladroid just started the first 4-pack, so we'll see. Depending on how the encounter luck goes. Okay, Czikubi is just farming them. He's printing them like they're just. I don't even have a good analogy. A low 29 though, definitely not what you want to see when you're on your 3rd pack. Malladroid also just printing them. Really nice slugs for both of our runners so far. 8 to 12. 8 to 12. So both of our runners are now kind of in the spot that is generally what you'll see racers play in order to maximize slug spawn. Malladroid actually went past it a little bit, but that's okay. There's actually 2 spawn plates over there that have 4-packs, so definitely possible if you make it happen. Czikubi getting really nice despawns there, because you can be there for minutes if you're unlucky. Actual literal minutes. So he's on 16. So now, if you're doing the math at home, if you remember, I said we needed 22, but 16 plus 4 don't exactly make 22 very easily. So there's a couple ways you can really do it. The bread and butter strat is to go up to the very top row, where you can sometimes get a 6-pack spawn plate of slugs, which will just commonly bring you up to the 22 that you need from 16. So 4 packs on the bottom, 1 6-pack on the top. You can also do 2 more 4-packs on the bottom to get you an extra 8, which would still perfectly be fine. Just, you know, farm out extra stuff on the bottom there, using the strat Malladroid's doing. Or you can do what Czikubi did, which is kind of like the, if you're lucky enough, is sometimes you can get an intermittent 4-pack of slugs just kind of spread out. Because there are several spawn plates as you walk up to the 6-pack spawn plate that are 4-pack spawns. little less common because you do have to fight Antoids and rowdy mice for the spawn, but hey, if they're there, you might as well take them. So he is at 21 little creatures, so to speak, with 20 slugs and 1 mouse. So he's gonna go ahead and grab this, whatever, either be a slug or an ant, probably an ant since it was by itself. Ants are generally less ideal since they can call for help, which it did. I'm definitely getting flashbacks to my race here because this is exactly what I tried to do, and that Antoid would not leave me alone. Alright, nice. Luckily, Czikubi does not have nearly as bad of experience as I did, manages to get through there very quickly. So he'll be level 8 with Rockin'. Now he just needs to get to Ant. I think Malladroid, I'm assuming, is now on 16. No, that would have been 20. So Malladroid going for this weird 2 grab, which is very bad. Double Antoid is not ideal. Especially, they hit pretty hard. They hit pretty hard, so we'll see if he manages to make through this. Ooh, Antoid C. Malladroid's kind of faced with the decision of whether or not to run away or try to brute force these Antoids, and he's gonna try and run away now that there's 3. He's in a very, very bad position. He's got to get away this turn. Oh, sweating. That's a sweaty moment right there. I feel the nerves. We'll see what he tries to do now. So he's at that weird 20 spot where he also just needs 2 more to kind of make it happen. So we'll see what he tries to pick up here. He either needs like 2 slugs. The thing is, any of these things could be slugs or ants, and when you're down to just the 1 packs by themselves, you're generally looking at ants, which is not ideal. But he will see what he's trying to do here as Czikubi moves on to Titanic Ant. Turn 1 shield, very nice. We can get a Rockin' in. Ooh, a 59 Rockin' though. That's fairly low. Definitely not what you want to see on Titanic. I don't know what the heck Malladroid's looking for, I'm gonna be honest, because, like I said, it's a gamble whether or not it's an ant or a slug. It could be an ant and a slug. Okay, that's not the worst situation, as long as the Antoid doesn't call for help. Because you can deal with the slug pretty quick, and if the ant goes down fast, then you're cruising. I didn't see what the second rocket hit for Czikubi, but Malladroid now at level 8. Czikubi getting a lot of dead terms. Nice. Okay, the second rocket must have hit pretty good, because Czikubi's down with a 22-10 Titanic Ant. That's a really nice time. He's cruising through a net. Malladroid really not too far behind. He just needs to get there. Nice early open room there. It seems like I didn't really watch Czikubi's fight too closely other than the Rockins, but it went fairly fast. I'm assuming he didn't have to dip into his burgers too hard. Oh, Malladroid, no! Oh! Okay, well, luckily it wasn't 3, but whew, maybe he could get a cheeky runaway here. Oh, nice. Okay, well, hey. You know, worse things have happened. Oh my god, unlucky. Maybe this is a single? Nice. Smashes it right into the ground. I totally feel for Malladroid right now. I would be the... You just want to get to this ant. All these other stupid ants are in the way. Alright, defense down turn 1 for Ant. Let's see if his Rockins go a little better. 69 turn for first Rockin. Technically better than Czikubi's first Rockin, so, you know, whatever. 65, not ideal, Ness. Not ideal, dude. But we got the burgers to make it happen. Alright, gonna grab the last bit of his psyche points using a wife up. Definitely smart before Ant ganks it away with a magnet. Oh, he's bashing through. That's dangerous. He's at mortal damage. However, 31 is definitely mashable, so. Certainly a safe play from Malladroid there. Just glad it wasn't the other way around, 40 and then the other mortal damage. Malladroid getting a less quick ant fight here. His Rockins, Czikubi's second Rockin must have been pretty good. That would be my guess. followed up by a lot of dead turns because Malladroid definitely having to sweat a little bit trying to get through this. Czikubi on cop number 1. Ooh, Ness opens up with the classic miss. And he's gonna have to break. Okay, thanks, Ness. Thumbs up for Ness, everybody. Czikubi was gonna have to break the auto fight just to get to the health up, so he's just probably just gonna have to life up slash burger here. Oh, he's got a full inventory of burgers here, so he's cruising. He is nowhere near in a bad spot. Oh my goodness, Ness. Get it together, man. I think one of those misses was the cop, to be fair. I just heard the noises back to back and I was just like, oh, Ness, come on. But, you know, I can definitely flame Ness anytime he misses. He's not immune to that. Czikubi getting some nice, nice dead turns. Nice. Malladroid grabbing the burger to up the supply chain there. I believe Mal ended with, I wasn't exactly watching. I would assume it was like a 24:45, so we're looking at about a 2:30 delta between the runners. Malladroid definitely had the extra encounters at the end of Giant Step there that he had to run away from. Czikubi didn't really have to deal with those. And Czikubi definitely had the way faster ant fight, so definitely helped Czikubi pull ahead with the lead there. My pixels are a bit distorted. I'm assuming that was a 93 and not a 33. If that's a 33 going into strong, that's a little bit of a nervous Nelly situation, but I'm hoping that's a 90. It looks like a 93, yeah. Could just be, yeah, it's because my OBS is like not zoomed in enough. Nice critness, there you go. So he's gonna probably rocking right here, yep. I pretty much do a similar thing if I, ooh, 55. Ness is not performing with his rock-ins today. I don't think we've seen a single like really solid, well actually I didn't see the second Titanic ant rockin' on Czikubi, so I'm just assuming that one was pretty good, but other than that, they've all just been abysmal. That was a pretty decent fight, yeah, for Czikubi, so 26-45-ish O-net for Czikubi. He's out of here. Malladroid just now starting cops, though, so if he has a pretty fast gauntlet, he could make it through. Czikubi had a lot of misses on his cops as well, though, so. And he had the one crit on, oh, well. Alright. Starting off good. This always happens to one of our poor runners. They just get the absolute work over by the RNG. It's so sad to see. Standard saving for Czikubi. Pretty good health pool for cop number 2, but of course Ness gonna miss right after a chop, so luckily the cop missed afterwards. Malladroid fighting for his life out here. Alright, cop number 4. Resource pool is 5220. Looking like, okay, so that's not a really good HP pool to be at. Let's hope he doesn't chop. Alright. Malladroid, wipe the brow again. I think that is another very close call, because, pretty sure Malladroid had another, oh yeah, Pogo 1 would have been a death for him had it not, missed. I remember that. So, whew. He's playing fast and loose. I respect it. Captain Strong with 15 HP, so enough for 1 rocket and a life up, or 3 life ups, depending on how Strong decides to play it. He's got 1 burger. And of course, he's gonna crit submission hold, and then Ness misses on the same turn. Can somebody please help this guy? Malladroid does not deserve this, I don't think. I don't know if Malladroid did anything to deserve this. Alright, Ness, there it is. At least Ness is playing the game a little bit. Alright, 3 submission holds, 1 being in a crit, so you love to see that. Malladroid luckily conserved enough psychic points to make it through. And had a decent health pool going into it to survive the crit, because, you know, sometimes you play a little crazy and you go in there with like 60 HP and you're like, yeah, whatever, 60 HP is fine, you can survive the submission hold, but did you consider if you could survive the crit submission hold? So 30-minute Onet about whereabouts for Malladroid, still about, I don't remember what I said for Czikubi, so if anyone was remembering, I think it was like 26-40 something, so. Czikubi has expanded the lead a little bit, just due to having, again, just better cop fight. Less nonsense to have to deal with, less having to dip into items for healing, which just overall is just gonna ultimately cause speedier fights, you know? So Malladroid really looking for Czikubi to get some really raw RNG in PRV / the dreaded car painter / shack fight death. But Czikubi in a position where he can really just play the safest game he really knows. That is... Speaking of playing the safest game he knows, he attempts to super duper thread the needle. Probably the smallest needle I've ever seen. But truthfully not the worst encounter to take. There are certainly worse encounters, but he's got an unfortunate mushroom on his head now, which he's gonna have to wait till he's gonna have to go all the way to Apple Kid and then back to PRV to kind of effectively get that off in a, what's the word I'm looking for, in an optimal way. The only other way to get the mushroom off your head besides the PRV lady is to go all the way up to the hospital, so that is definitely less than ideal. So generally you're just gonna take the L on the mushroom, and yeah, you're probably gonna have you probably have to turn your controller a few times, but definitely worse than having to go to, or definitely better, sorry, than having to go up to the hospital. I think it kind of happened to me I can't remember when I got a mushroom in practice last time, but I think my thing swapped around a little bit after I got the phone here, so we'll see. I'm sure we'll see it on screen when Ness starts walking in a different direction. There it is. And now Czikubi has to turn the controller. It did actually move him into a kind of a suboptimal spot, so that was kind of funny. Malladroid getting a bit of a... Actually, I'm sure he wanted that butterfly, so not actually a troll butterfly there. Because, you know, we're looking for some healing after the cop gauntlet. Czikubi definitely not taking any chances with these sprouts now. Sprouts and shrooms. I think he got a controller turn at when he started going up and down there at the last second. So he should, if he gets no spawns, he should be good up until he gets to the lady now. I think he's had a completely upside down controller right now, so that's pretty comical. You'll love to see it. All right, no more mushroom for Czikubi. Still needs 2 more butterflies to get maximum psychic points. Runners are gonna high five in PRV. So that's helped Malladroid make up a little bit of time, because the encounter plus having to deal with a little bit of the mushroom on the head is definitely gonna close the gap just a tiny bit, but Malladroid needs that. That was pretty much one of the check boxes Malladroid needed for the time save to get back here. kind of just needs Earthbound to be a little bit of a bad game for Czikubi, and it's kind of happening. Doing a little bit of despawning. That's such a bad, kind of weird spawn point to have to despawn if things chase you up. So unfortunate if it happens, and you can get pincered there as well. You can get pincered anywhere in this place. It's crazy. One butterfly down for both runners. They're gonna be looking for a second one here at some point. Czikubi's got about one other kind of ideal spot for a butterfly spawn, so let's just hope it shows up immediately for him. More despawns. And there it is. So hopefully gets a clean shot now down. Oh yeah, nice. Do we have the follow remotes? Are they uploaded? Let me see. Yeah, we got the Tessie. Of course, will be better used in about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. But you know, might as well get it out here and christen it a bit. Czikubi's inventory is a bit full. Czikubi, failing by success, having too many hamburgers, just because he was literally forced to use none of them. Malladroid, nice! Okay, but unfortunately Malladroid's in now a very bad spot, because he's gonna have to take one of these. Got a bit greedy with the buffering movement there, so he unfortunately had to run away from a sprout there. But then had a bit of a Chad play on the way back when he got the sprout stuck on the wall, but was greeted by some unfortunate luck with two sprouts spawning behind him, so of course he had to take the sprout. But that's okay, we're in PRV anyways, which is generally a good spot to pick up some butterflies, so he's just back down to needing 2 butterflies. Not the worst time loss, of course. Czikubi on shack fight here, so let's see how that goes for him. Gets one of them, low rolls really hard on one of them, and then gets a really nice roll on the other, but should be good enough. Oh, well, as I curse him into the ground, he gets cold to see. Sorry for that, Czikubi. I definitely take full blame for that one. Malladroid, ooh, nice. Little slide by of that UFO. Malladroid was unfortunately pincered there, but very, very nice movement from him to get rid of that to kind of sideswipe that UFO there. Czikubi making a pass, Cultist C, no Cultist D for him. Just wanted that extra experience, that's all. Oh no. They're always there, man. They're always there. Both our runners doing dangerous stuff, man. They enjoy the thrill of things chasing after them. I respect it. Czikubi knowing he's fully stocked on health items, so he can just kind of roll, but he sees that cultist kind of camping out there. Nice, the other cultist is kind of blocked by the NPC, so definitely a rare NPC W right there. You very, very, very rarely see them help you. It's usually Janet screwing you or something, but no. This time they were there for you. Malladroid thinking he may not want that fresh egg, but then decides, I'm kind of low on the bergs, so let's fresh egg it up. They are free after all. He's skipping shopping. I was wondering. I was like, well, if he's going for, ooh, unlucky, but made. Oh my gosh, dude, they're everywhere. Oh my lord. Malladroid, somebody help this guy. Colt Central, man. Alright, Car Painter for Czikubi. No Reflex turn 1. He's got enough for 2 Rockins. So he's gonna go ahead and just unload. So if he gets a Reflex, he should be good here. Nope, unlucky. And then a miss from Ness. So he's gonna have to work a little harder. He can make it, maybe make it happen. He's definitely gonna have to heal. Going for the cookie heal. He's got 5 HP and a crit. Wow, the cookie heal. We always talk about it. But here it is happening. 40-10 Car Painter with the cookie heal. Czikubi's got 7 HP coming in to, oh my lord, Colt to see already for Malladroid on the other screen, but I just want to say cookie heal strats are very, very hype, and I'm here for it. You can see it too. You can see the gears turning. I saw him because, you know, Czikubi's usually generally pretty fast with his menuing, but he hesitated for a second when he saw that cookie in his inventory. He was like, okay, I have like 30 HP and I have a cookie. Is it enough? I mean, any mortal damage is enough to, the cookie's gonna save you, of course, but it's all about if you can mash it out, which, of course, 30 HP is generally pretty safe, but you'd love to see it. You love to see it. I love the cookies. I love the cookie strat. Because now he will hopefully get rewarded with a very, very, very insanely fast death warp. Of course, the mole can still do mole stuff. Nobody's denying that. But one can only hope that if you properly set up for the mole skip, that it will just, you know, it'll just be nice, right? Ness dies in 1 hit. I mean, for crying out loud, just here you go, mole. Easiest. We literally just set up the dinner for you. Just easiest home run ever. Enjoy your feast. Czikubi having to fight some crows here. He's got 1 at every corner. Oh, photo skip time, baby. Let's get those fuzzy pickles. Wow, what a great photograph. Malladroid makes it through the HQ cultists with a pretty generous health pool and psychic pool for Car Painter. I think it triple digit HP and 15 psychic points, so definitely very nice. Czikubi on his way to giant step. Jeez, Lilliput. Oh, Paula gut save, yeah, baby! Oh. You love to see it. We would be done by now. We would be done by now. Alright, it wasn't too much slower, but... just slightly tilting when it's like, come on, Paula, any other time. You're never gonna gut save on Boogey, are you? Not that we want you to, now that I say that. You know, honestly, just never gut save Paula. Don't do it. In Boogey percent anyways. You're a scumbag, you do it. Alright, so Malladroid has actually definitely come back a little bit on the timing, so... he's looking at some Pond Cave Brick Road gameplay to really kind of make... If he's gonna make 2 to 3 minute delta up anywhere, it's gonna be there, for sure. So he needs some very rough RNG to happen to Czikubi, and he needs some godlike RNG to happen to himself, so... But here's hoping. He has definitely scraped up the, definitely has scraped up the delta a little bit from cops till now, for sure. And that's partially from successfully pulling off no shopping. He was able to get through no shopping happy. Which is semi-scary. It's definitely doable, but you're cutting yourself out of a lot of offensive and defensive resources on the cultists. Cultists become way scarier without a cultists become way scarier without any sort of when you're just cruising around with a baseball cap from Onet. So if you're skipping that Holmes hat, definitely doable, but Malladroid made it happen. Alright, everybody's favorite cutscene. Well, I don't know if it's everybody's favorite cutscene. It's definitely one of my favorite cutscenes because I'm a fan of the jammers. And Runaway 5 show is definitely a jammer. Malladroid having a little less than ideal HP situation than Czikubi had, of course. Not everyone can get as lucky to get the cookie play there, but we also would just like the mole to hit us ever. That would just be generally good for any runner. Not necessarily somebody who uses a cookie. So one hit on Ness should just be one for each of them now, but of course this mole is just gonna continuously do dead turns, because why not? Why not? Be absent-minded. Okay, this mole, somebody get this mole on a list. He needs to be taken out. Alright, finally, he takes care of Ness in short order. Short order, sorry, in big quotes. Now we can fucking finally... There we go, took out Paula. Alright, right bus, left bus for Czikubi. Thoughts? Anyone? What are our bets? Down bus? Any down bus gamers? Left bus, best bus. I mean, objectively wrong, of course, but, you know, I'm a fan of a good meme. Ooh, NPC. Right in the way there. Alright, right bus for Czikubi. Diagonal bus? I've actually not seen that one. Uh-oh. Three brides make a left bus. True, true. I want to do that one. Right. Ba-doo-doo-doo. Alright, Czikubi now at 3, so... Gonna take a spin in the graveyard and see how that turns out. Let's hope for 0 trash cans and 0 flies, because it is possible, so... That's what we hope. Takes a big chunky amount of lag on the way up, though. A lot of 3 spawns there. Oh, there's those dreaded trash cans, but they're in a pretty decent spot. Alright, clean walk up for Czikubi. And nice movement there to kind of minimize the spawns on the way back. If you just barely grab the zombie hitbox for the text box, you can kind of cheese the spawn plate a little bit for the flies on the left, the flies in the trash cans, and kind of safely ensure you don't get another spawn there. If you're too far over when you grab the text box, you can still spawn them. And definitely a lot harder, especially if a fly chases you all the way up there. It's a lot harder to despawn that, for sure. Good old runaway 5 for Malladroid. Both runners still deathless, so honestly, really good runs regardless of the disparity in the RNG between the two. Oh, I could take a nap during these cutscenes sometimes, I swear. I swear sometimes when I am practicing, I do just like close my eyes during some of the really long text mashing sequences. Like the meteor one. Just sit there and take a little 10-minute nap before Buzz is done talking. But no worries, Czikubi now. Malladroid doing a little diagonal bus there, but definitely right side bus for both of our gamers here. Czikubi now gonna have a little bit of gameplay as we talk to everybody's favorite I did it again, customer. Everybody's favorite person, Maxwell. I don't know what it is about that word, I just want to say it. Getting rid of that broken spray can, we don't need it. Don't need the defense spray. Jeff will be fine. He'll hit that 600 plus rocket. And here he is. Bubble Monkey. The linchpin of the winner's gameplay. Will you gain time? Will you lose time? All resides on Bubble Monkey's shoulders. Malladroid getting some... Ooh, lot of graveyard spawns there, but also in a generally good location for just walking around, so able to kind of cleanly walk past that. However, has a lot of flies and a lot of bad spots, because generally you want to, if you can, you want to despawn the stuff in the top left to the south. But can't really do that if there's a bunch of flies down there, so... See, I think Malladroid may have went too far to the right and might get some spawns over here, but luckily enough, none are there. So, a little laggy and a few despawns, but Malladroid has a pretty decent graveyard as well. Onwards to winners. Still about a 4-minute delta between. All right, now is the time. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. No longer must you be relegated to using MS Paint Beast. While MS Paint Beast has been very nice and very useful and very much had its place. Now we can zoom in and have the full glory of the Tessie smile. And of course, MS Paint Beast will still live in our hearts as the bringer of the MS Paint Beast meme. So I'm sure it'll never die. What is the new Tessie symbol if not just another, if not just a newer, fresher MS Paint Beast, a closer MS Paint Beast. MS Pants Bust. There it is. See, it'll truly never die. Alright, Malladroid now starting the winners. Yes, it will, PJ. She's out for blood. Down with MS. I never knew there was such a there was an against faction for MS Paint Beast. I always thought it was a loved mascot. A staple of the EBSS community. Czikubi going right for that first proto, not even gonna try and set it up. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Now that I've been after the tips people have given me on first proto skip, I booted up the emulator and tried it out a few times, and I got it a few times in practice, of course. But yeah, that thing is not consistent. That's for sure. Neither Bubble Monkey nor I mean the movement itself is pretty tight too. So if you're slightly hesitant or your timing's off, you're not gonna make it just by your own gameplay. But also then if you do it perfectly right and then Bubble Monkey stops, then it's like, okay, great. Czikubi trying duck skip here. He's invested. So yeah, you always have to ask, where do you draw the line on duck skip? I feel like it's different for every runner. It's like, okay, like, yes, like, the position the duck in where Czikubi had to encounter it here, yeah, that's not salvageable, probably. At least in a decent amount of time. But at least Czikubi had a decently fast duck fight. That was fairly quick. You can have a very long duck fight, too. Nice crit from Bubble Monkey, and no hits from the duck on Jeff as well, so won't have to pick up any extra healing here. Oh, just barely, I think, moved down too early. Needed to drag up that proto up a bit higher. Gets the call for help on the second proto here. That's gonna help Malladroid a bit here. If Malladroid's able to skip proto 2, that'll be a little bit of time gain he needs. But gets a kind of a sucky pincer. Luckily, these early winter enemies aren't the worst things to run into. Jeff can usually make short work of them and get a nice little healing item out of him, potentially. Not 100% chance, but hey, it helps if Jeff hits the guy, I guess, you know. Thanks, Bubble Monkey. Just take it out. I mean, I don't even have words to commentate that. Like, come on, Jeff. Malladroid having to take the deep despawn here for that goat. Oh man. Oh, a red sword? What is happening? We are seeing parts of winners that no runner has gone to before. Ooh, nice attempt there, Czikubi, on that stutter. Has a decent amount of health pool to just kind of brute force this one though, so should be okay. Malladroid happened to that was not ideal for Malladroid. Gotta be certain there. At least he'll have some HP going into the protos. This spawn plate's a little weird for Czikubi, but generally okay to stutter as long as you can get everything in a kind of grouped up nice position. We'll see how he decides to play the first spawn plate. Gonna go ahead and despawn for the empty room. Certainly the preferred method because you do not want to get pincered in this place. This is one of the worst places to have to try and make a play happen. So nice little mushroom there, kind of is able to work around it because it's in a low spot, and an open third spawn plate to kind of cruise to the end. Now it's just that last room. Just gotta get through this last room and lights at the end of the tunnel, baby. As Malladroid starting up that Tessie himself. One more round of Tessies if you got them, if you want. I know I'll throw mine out. Yo, I feel you, Mal. Yeah, so many nest misses, so many crits, so many having to like despawn awfully. Like it's so awful to see one runner just get screwed. Ooh, Czikubi gets jumped by a mushroom. Mushrooms are a little harder to deal with for Jeff, but not getting a shroom luckily, so he should be able to take it out. Nice. Okay. It's a fairly decent level 6 Jeff. Here we go. Nice. Takes a few extra encounters than one would like to see in Pond Cave, but Czikubi makes it through alive, which is really all you want. Malladroid cruising in on Tessie. Just needs to get through Brick Road and Pond Cave himself, and he could still be looking at a really good boogie time himself. Deathless, and with all the bad bouts of RNG he's had to go through, he could still get a pretty decent time here. How about a donut? I could go for it. Any donuts in chat? Alright, Skyrunner jammer time. Now I like the Runaway 5, but this is a banger. I mean, they're all bangers. I mean, I love the Earthbound Mother 2 soundtrack. I'll love it to the day I die. I think I saw some vinyl thing was happening for Mother 2 as well. I think they occasionally do vinyl releases, which is always cool. Pretty sure my turntable is collecting dust in my closet though, so wouldn't maybe be the most frugal purchase for me. Malladroid trying for that duck skip himself. Oh, it gets a little bit better positioning. Nice! That should work. That should work. We might be looking at a very nice duck skip position here. He should just be able to go for that. Hopefully he can just... Nice duck cooperation here. That's what we love to see, Bubble Monkey. Now we just need you. Ah, oh, unlucky. Bubble Monkey had to catch up there. But we did see a duck skip. Was it really? I've only played Mother 1 in a... I totally would have believed you if you said that. I've only played Mother 2 in a speedrun setting, so I've never actually taken the time to actually sit down and read the text half the time, besides, you know, items that you use in the speedrun. Malladroid choosing to do the safety save, does not want to take a nasty death in Pond Cave. Entirely fair. But just one Pond Cave and one tent in between Malladroid and the end of his race here. Czikubi landing in 3 right now, going to tent on his own. see if Czikubi grabs that teddy bear. Only other thing Czikubi could really do to save time, quote unquote, besides maybe not using rock on Boogey Tent, but he unfortunately will not have a 104, which he was cruising around with on his first race, but you know, he's still gonna have a generally pretty decent time. Same with Malladroid here. He just needs to. This is definitely a bomb defusal stutter moment here. He's got the squad kind of bearing down his neck. I think he'll make it through, luckily. Didn't get screwed by Bumble Monkey. This is interesting because you could get screwed, but whew. Kind of a dangerous thing. Yeah, it just takes one little misstep for that mushroom to get you, man. And it's so dangerous. That is such a close thing to go for. Malladroid probably gonna take the death here if he can get this mushroom off, or this burger off, but unlucky. He was just trying to scrape back anything he could to try and get as good of a time as he could. Because really, there's really not much he can do to stop Czikubi from getting that W at this point, but he's just looking for a really, really good time in general. Ooh, rocket misses! But luckily, Jeff hit pretty high on that first bottle rocket. Not enough to down the tent, unfortunately, but makes it happen with the second bottle rocket. GG! Czikubi! Congratulations, Czikubi. We'll move on to the 2-0 bracket for the Swiss Seeds. So, obviously, the number of people who are remaining undefeated in the Swiss brackets are dwindling as the weeks go on, logically. So, luckily, Malladroid's save coming in clutch. So, he's going to be able to cut back a little bit of time lost from that death. So, still could come out with a pretty decent boogie time. Just needs to get the heck out of this cave. 106.33 for Czikubi. A 104 and a 106. Czikubi definitely, I mean, as our resident champion belt holder for Boogey tournament, Czikubi of course is going to be a very formidable opponent. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna deny that it's a hard guy to go up against. 104 and a 106 already in Swiss brackets is a solid showing. That's for sure. So he's definitely already making himself to be out to be a threat. Wants to secure that title. But yeah, GG to Czikubi, and Malladroid is on his way. He's finally through the pond. Well, kind of. He just has to get past these mushrooms up here, but that's kind of potatoes compared to the rest of Pond Cave. Just a couple of despawns if needed. Not spoke too soon. I was about to say no despawns, but an easy just half despawn there. We'll get that guy out, and Malladroid. Let's swap the audio. Because we would be remiss if we didn't get to hear Skyrunner for the second time. We couldn't do Earthbound like that. Wouldn't do it dirty. So Malladroid will proceed to the 1-1 Swiss brackets, which means I get to dodge him. Heck yeah. Malladroid is just as scary as Czikubi, honestly. Because he can put out some decent times too. And clearly, even with bad RNG, he was able to put out a pretty solid time as far as the average of the tournament's been going, so. Oh yeah. When the beat drops on the Skyrunner song. Czikubi getting some some interesting. You gotta love it. It's always just so unique what you'll get from the debug the extra button hit over here in the tent glitch. You get this garbage a lot. Oh yeah, so Czikubi believers did come through. Yes, anybody who predicted the reigning champion would win was correct. Malladroid still, of course, with a very solid race. Like I was saying before, it's one of those games, if you know how to operate, if you can steer the boat that is good RNG, if you know how to steer that, then you're gonna come out with really good times. Because you can have bad RNG and still do well, but and you can have good RNG and still do very bad. So it's kind of a perfect storm, as that might logically make sense. There's the chick. The fresh egg has hatched. And we're zooming? I believe we are zooming. I tabbed away for just a second, but I heard the noises of him eating a sandwich, so. Zoom. Oh! You get the unlucky 3 spawns in both corners. Malladroid just not really catching a break, even at the very, 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 very end. The game is just like, screw you. Defend. B, R. Pew, 459, kinda sucky, but should be able to make it happen with the other bottle rocket. Hopefully. And he's down! GG! Malladroid with the Boogey Tent death. And should still come in under a tournament average for his time with all that kind of run. Really good. Going up against a very, very scary opponent, of course, too, so. I wouldn't be surprised if Malladroid was feeling the nerves. I know I would be. And it's done. GG Malladroid, 113.38. GG both of our runners. Yet again. And I see someone else has been recording the times, so I won't even worry about it. So, thank you everybody for coming out. I don't see anyone doing speedrun Earthbound content, unfortunately, so I think it's cut. Oh, there's a chicken just hatched. So before we go, though, we will point out that there is gonna be one more, potentially more if somebody does decide to restream the async races. We have a couple of racers who are on vacation and whatnot, so they'll be doing an asynchronized race. So if there's a Mr. Eraser X situation happening, that might get restreamed, so unsure about that one. But the one race that we do have that is scheduled for the last round, quote-unquote, of Swiss 2 is going to be Attack Slug versus Oxwas Ilya, which is tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, so mark your calendars, and we'll see you then. No raid today, so thank you everybody for hanging out, and I hope y'all all have a great rest of your Saturday. And peace out. Thanks for watching.